I've never played a game like that on my phone. Stephen A. Smith is doing that during the NBA Finals.
This is the oldest of old person things Stephen A. Smith could ever be caught doing.
It's an OG move.
When I think of solitaire, Hutton, I think of my grandmother, Nana.
This is a Stephen A. move. You know, he's already got his opinion made up. He knows he's going to go after Halliburton or he's going to go after Chad, even on your old phone.
Thank you for that reference.
Or my semi-updated phone. I don't know if I could find solitaire on my phone. I don't know if it comes with the phone like the old computers did.
Yeah.
I've never played a game like that on my phone. Stephen A. Smith is doing that during the NBA Finals.
This is the oldest of old person things Stephen A. Smith could ever be caught doing.
It's an OG move.
When I think of solitaire, Hutton, I think of my grandmother, Nana, when she was in her 80s, would sit around at night in a pitch black house and watch Atlanta Braves games while playing physical solitaire in front of her. 60s, 70s, and 80s, I would say. Growing up, my grandmother lived next door. I'd walk down during the summer. She'd be watching her Atlanta Braves and playing solitaire with the physical cards on the table in front of her. Pitch black room while the Braves, the only light in the room was the light of the Atlanta Braves with Skip Carey and Pete Van Wieren calling the games on TBS. And she would play solitaire. It's one of my favorite memories of my grandmother. And now I have a memory of Stephen A. Smith as someone who likes to play solitaire. I don't know a single person that plays that old solitaire game you would see on the old desktop computers or plays solitaire on their phone.
I mean, honestly, the last time, anytime I played solitaire, I would just click around on these cards, right? You just click, just see what you know, some people could actually beat it. Old, like you're saying, your grandparents. Stephen A., though, was caught playing this at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. And you've got, there he is, the man, Stephen A., just bored to tears, the NBA Finals game. Working the brain prior to talking as an analyst on the NBA for ESPN. Look, so many questions I thought when I saw this. It's like, first of all, how bored is he? Is that and the other thing, did someone like see his phone and then put some random game on there? You know, like AI. Because now I'm thinking all that all the time. And then I thought, no, this is a Stephen A. move. You know, he's already got his opinion made up. He knows he's going to go after Halliburton or he's going to go after the Thunder for choking away another game, and he's just waiting on his time to shine because that's what he'll be ready to do.
Hutton, I can't also.
And he's going to beat solitaire in the middle of it.
I can't help but be a little bit conflicted on this. That, like,
it's the NBA.
No, I think you'll know where I'm going with this. Like, who's the loser that filmed someone's phone out and post it? From behind someone, like I know he's a celebrity and all of this or whatever, but like the whole phone culture thing of because they're a celebrity, I can now film anything I want, and that's just someone's phone screen in front of them. There's been this video that has surfaced because of this controversy, right, around Stephen A. Smith. There was a show at one point on First Take where Molly Karam, Molly Karam is telling Stephen A. Smith to shut his laptop because he has his text messages on his laptop. And the phone, the actual camera angles are picking up his text conversations. So she's trying to help him and she's trying to move his thing down. And Stephen A. Smith is like belligerent, like, do not touch my computer. And I'm not about to shut my computer. And she's like, I'm just trying to help you because it's catching whatever's on there. And he was having none of it. He's like, don't touch my computer. It's fine. America can see what I have right here. It's fine. You know, he's telling Molly, no, do not touch my computer. And I'm thinking, okay, that's with a camera going in there. That's one thing. And now, am I going to celebrate someone that films Stephen A. Smith's phone from behind and post it online? Like, I don't know. I'm not about that life.
Well, yeah.
I'm not about that level of invasion of any person.
This, I think, is more funny than it is.
It is funny. Now, it could have been a lot worse.
Here's Stephen A. playing solitaire.
If someone was like, read these texts and what he says about this person.
Much like the laptop being opened during the studio, here's Stephen A. on social saying, yep, that's me. Who would have thought I can multitask, especially during timeouts? Hope you are enjoying the NBA Finals. This is going 7 games.
By the way, spoiler alert, they're not. Not many people are watching.
Yeah.
Which is another problem for ESPN. That's a much bigger problem than Stephen A. Smith's solitaire.
But let's be fair to
the ratings.
We knew this when we saw the markets involved.
Yeah,
we said that. If it's going to be if it's going to be these two teams,
but
we knew the Rays were going to be
the Stephen A. Smith of the
Knicks,
world
Lakers.
and everyone on ESPN tried to tell us that it doesn't matter. This is great basketball. This may be the greatest defensive team in the history of the game. This Oklahoma City Thunder team may be the greatest strategic defensive team we've ever seen, and that's led to nothing.
But then this is good. Stephen A. with the multitask here. You got both up. You say he's watching the game while he's playing solitaire.
Yeah.
So, look, the guy plays solitaire, and he's still the best analyst on ESPN's postgame show.
I know. It kind of shows that, like, if you're him, I mean, at this point, he works so much, too, that he can just go through the motions, and he can see the box score, and he can watch most of the game and not all of it, and be able to come back with a take at the end of it.
You know my rule for the NBA, Jad? Long-standing rule. 3 minutes to go.
That's when you tune in.
10-point game. 10 points or less. Either way. 3 minutes to go. Fourth quarter, I'll tune in. That's when the game begins. Now, the playoffs now, NBA Finals, you're going to tune in. Point being, what's Brian Windhorst playing? Is what I want to know.
Yeah.
Hi-ho Cheerio?
I'm less.
What's on his phone?
I'm less, oh my gosh, he's playing a game while a game's going on, and he's there in the building paid to comment on the game. And I'm more of, people still play solitaire? I was just blown away that he's playing solitaire. Of all the things you could be doing, of all the distractions on this device here, not this iPhone 9 specifically, but any smartphone that you have, scrolling Instagram, looking at your mom's Facebook post, reading stories on X, reading another story, all the things that can distract us while we're at a live event, this dude's playing solitaire. That's the oldest thing I've ever seen Stephen A. Smith do.
And there are things, Chad, and plenty of them nowadays, where you and I feel old. Thank you, Stephen A., for making us feel young again.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Stephen A., if you've done anything today, you've made Hutton and I feel younger with your need to play solitaire at an NBA Finals game.
I mean, think about the media that see this. They see solitaire. You know how many saying, hold my beer? When it says, oh, you want to know what I've done during the game? Hold my beer. Let me show you what I do. I mean, I've sit in the press box half the time. There's stand-up comedians half the time down the press box instead of watching the game. They're playing their stand-up comedy.
Prop comics.
Yeah.
They're breaking out a tuba and a tire, and they're doing different props. You got Carrot Top in the press box doing things. What is this?
He's down there lifting weights.
Make me a bicycle clown. Here's a bicycle balloon.
What was it? The Super Bowl I saw Carrot Top. Like, is he okay?
Yeah,
I know he's not okay.
I know this is going to shock a lot of people, but those who are paid to cover sports, like let me get this camera right here, if I may, please.
They're ordering food for postgame.
Right here, this camera. Everyone or not? There we go. There it is. This is on, right? I'm going to whisper into the mic what actually happens. They don't always watch the games. They do other things.
Even if they're there.
You don't have to watch every second of the game to cover it or write about it. That was just a little secret I wanted to let everyone in on. That Stephen A. Smith clearly showed the world in terms of coverage of a sport.
Well, here's what Stephen A. was saying about Halliburton.
I give him credit. He was smart enough not to mention my name because he was assuming. Because had he mentioned me, I'd go in deeper, but I won't. Just in case he was talking about me. My brother, I'm not going away.
No, you're not.
I'm going to be here for a while. He said, read the news. I'm going to be here for a while. So next year, and the year after that, and the year after that, and the year after that, I'm going to be here. And players far more accomplished and far more superior have made their efforts trying to call me out. How has that worked out?
He should name LeBron right there.
Yeah.
Which we all know he's talking about.
You know that I won that battle with LeBron, right, Tyrese? You know about that.
Well, Tyrese is saying, like, hey, honestly, they do what the NBA wants to do. What do they really know about basketball? I mean, here you go. This is where you get, like, if you didn't play the sport, you can't comment on the sport, which is just ridiculous.
I want, like, a New York Magazine profile of Stephen A. Smith's publicity team. I would love to read about that. I feel like they do the best job of getting his name out there by, I don't think this is all just natural. I think they're setting feuds up with players to mention him, even if they don't mention his name, to act like everybody truly cares. about what he says. It is, I say this totally as a compliment. It is an incredible job by Stephen A. Smith and his PR team to get his name out there that much to where players in the NBA Finals are throwing shade.
You know who his PR team is? The rest of the media.
Exactly.
That's what we talk about.
But I'm like, are somebody calling and like, you know, that I know we weren't called by his publicity team.
No.
But you see my point, like the fact that
the media's asking the players.
But not just us. Tyrese Halliburton or whoever is saying something about. I mean, you're playing in the NBA Finals. I've always said this. Like, you want to feud up and not feud down, right? Like, to me, that's feuding down in that moment when you're talking about what Stephen A. Smith says.
Oh, I think it's,
and this happens all the time.
But now it's feuding up. Because if you have Stephen A. talking about you, you have the biggest voice in your sport talking about you. Think about that. There was a debate about if Halliburton, like how many players today in the NBA are selling out the arena as the visitor coming into the arena, right?
Yeah.
So like the question was about like
to be a superstar.
Yeah, it's
you got to sell out the road arena.
On the road.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, like, so Halliburton came up and it was like Stephen A. was like, no,
absolutely not.
No,
and he's right.
Right. But
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's the MVP. No one's selling out a road arena.
Don't think so.
To watch the Thunder
that's right.
and
SGA. That's what brought this up. Is like, okay, he's the best player, but, and so it doesn't matter who's playing on the Knicks. The Knicks are going to sell out the road arena because they're the Knicks, right? That was the thought. It's like on certain teams, you have to be a superstar to a certain level to then sell out said arena on the road. And if you think about that, I mean, there's not many that are doing that.
And they're all aging out of the league.
That's right. So
I mean, to me, there's three.
So it's
LeBron, it's Steph Curry, and it's Kevin Durant.
Could Durant do it?
I mean, Durant is maybe, but I would put him in that list
Giannis?
No, I don't think so. Maybe.
I think Giannis could do it.
The point being, like, we got in this discussion, Hutton, about who are true movie stars that are left.
That's right.
On Friday, and we put Brad Pitt in that category. We put Leo in that category, but Leo's not making a lot of blockbuster-friendly movies as much as a Tom Cruise, who's a true, legitimate movie star. It's such a small club. And I look at that the same way as true superstar individuals in a team sport. Not the superstar brands, the Boston Celtics, the New York, not even the Knicks, the Lakers, the Celtics. Yeah, those brands go on the road and they can get more tickets sold because it's the Lakers and the Celtics, these perennial powerhouses in the NBA. Who's a true superstar individual brand? The only ones I can come up with are about to retire.
So they were discussing, like, okay, so you've got Gilgeous-Alexander, who's the MVP. And he's not doing that. But you also have Halliburton. And, I mean, he's not a household name, but if you're watching the finals, you know him. Like, you know his last name because of how we've been discussing him with his dad and everything else, right? So I'm sure he heard that discussion when Stephen A. was like, absolutely not. Which we all agree with, but we do know his name. And Stephen A. is speaking the name. And I would argue Stephen A. would sell out an arena. Think about that.
Well,
in the NBA circles, you're bringing Stephen A. to your NBA arena. It's Stephen A. night here with the Charlotte Hornets. Compared to some of the players that think they're on that level, I would say it's feuding up.
It's a fair point. I mean, you're just saying just to be there, not to like watch him play.
To be no, not to play.
To be a part of
to be there, to speak, to cut a promo, whatever. It's like McAfee.
Well, so just imagine the NBA in the 90s with Michael Jordan.
Oh, I know.
And then if we came back and said, the real superstar is Ahmad Rashad, who did the interview with Michael Jordan when he was gambling or whatever, supposedly.
Peter Vesey.
Allegedly. Yeah, Peter Vesey is a superstar. Everybody shows up to see Bob Costas call the game and not Michael Jordan. That's a really bad place to be in for the NBA right now that we're even having this discussion. That Stephen A. Smith is the biggest superstar in the league.
Well, he is for the finals.
It's LeBron James is number one, and then it's Steph Curry, and then that's the problem is the guys that are household names are all old, and they're not going to play much longer. So who is stepping into that void? Is it Chet Holmgren? No. And I like Tyrese Halliburton's game. I don't think it's Tyrese Halliburton for the Indiana Pacers. that's going to do that. Is it Jalen Brunson in a market like New York?
Well,
maybe.
At some point, his name was brought up, and it was because, that's New York.
He's a Knick.
The Knicks are going to sell out the Vizzy Arena, so we can't say it was him. Okay. Like, again, it's I just when you put it in the Stephen A. context, he's the bigger star. Like, it's feuding up. And, I mean, we're in the middle of the NBA Finals. We're talking about solitaire, the old school game that, our grandfather would play and win. I always wanted to see the deck of cards just spin off whenever you beat the game.
I would like to go and compare his performance in the postgame show, compared to other ones. Like, could anybody see a slight decline because he played solitaire during a break? Man, I really thought Stephen A. was off his game tonight. And then I saw this post from some loser sitting behind him that filmed this. Also, and now I understand why he was off, because he's playing solitaire.
Also, why... Stephen A., what a great guy. He's not sliding up in DMs. He's playing solitaire during a commercial.
No, it could have been a lot worse. Well, what if he's talking about a colleague?
What if this was Shannon Sharp?
What if he was talking about Pat McAfee in the text? Like that loser Pat McAfee, I'm coming for his crown. Oh. That guy sucks. His show sucks. That's the text that's being read?
Yeah,
when someone zooms in behind him?
He banned Schefter? How dare him?
Yeah.
He's ours.
No one bans Adam Schefter.
Yeah, exactly.
I am a crusader for all things Disney Corporation, and I will not stand for this Adam Schefter slander.
Here's what the NBA now needs. The next guy Cooper Flagg needs to be that guy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure there for that to work out. And then that goes back into Chad's conspiracy theory, buying in on the Mavs. Hello, Dallas.
It's either that. One of two things need to happen. A Cooper Flagg needs to emerge as a great player, even if it's for the Dallas Mavericks, or the New York Knicks need to do something that they haven't done in 30-plus years. That's be relevant, truly relevant, and make an NBA Finals and win one. If a team in New York, namely the Knicks, or the Los Angeles Lakers, or the Boston Celtics can truly form a dynasty, that'll draw more people in. Because then suddenly everyone loves going against them. Right? If it's the Boston Celtics is the dynasty, they've won 2 or 3 in a row, then now we're going for whoever's playing the Celtics. And you build up that level of animosity because you want to see the great teams fail. And we don't have that right now. There's no truly great teams. There's no dynasties, which I guess you could argue, hey, that's great for the league. There's more parity. You got small markets playing in the NBA Finals. That's a good thing. Sure. But the NBA at its height was you were a Michael Jordan fan or a Michael Jordan hater. But regardless of which side you fell on, you were watching. When Bob Costas did his little pre-recorded open for the NBA Finals, you were watching Michael Jordan. Whether you wanted the Seattle Supersonics to win that series or Michael Jordan to go off for 50 points, you were watching. That's not the case anymore. And I think it takes a dominant team to emerge for everyone to hate. The Heat. We hated the Heat when they teamed up with LeBron James and Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade, right?
We did.
That drew eyeballs. When Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks beat the Miami Heat, it was a day of celebration across the sports world because everybody wanted to see that created team, the big three, go down. And they did. We just don't have that. Who do we want to see lose in the NBA, Hutton? Who's a team that you want to see lose no matter what? It's not the Lakers because the Lakers suck. If the Lakers were good, it could be the Lakers.
But you want to see LeBron win or lose.
And I'm not talking about...
That's what it is.
The Philadelphia 76ers fans want to see the Boston Celtics lose to the New York Knicks because they're rivals.
Right.
I'm saying Joe Schmo on his couch, drinking a Busch Light, and watching the game because they love sports. Who do you hate? What team do you want to see go down? I don't see that team in the NBA.
Not right now. Not right now. Oh, one other observation. Can we play the video one more time from the phone? While they cue that up, this is random. I'm just thinking, why is he sitting here during the game?
Oh, in that
this
auxiliary?
Is the NBA, this is Stephen A. I know this is where their set is.
Yeah,
but I'm saying why is the set up there?
And not courtside.
TNT had their set way up top in one of these arenas, and I'm thinking why? Because everyone else in post game, you can see everyone else around the court. They're courtside for post game coverage. Why are they up in the rafters? Maybe they're afraid someone's going to try to fight Stephen A., one of the players. Well, TNA had... If he's too close to court, they're going to go after him like LeBron did. Like TNT had Charles Barkley and the crew. NBA put them up top, too. Now, I watched Scott Van Pelt's Sports Center. He's in the middle of the court after the game. He goes live from the NBA Finals. He's at center court.
After the game's
where he
over,
should be.
interviewing Alex Caruso of the
Go
Oklahoma
plant
City
your
Thunder.
flag. Yeah.
And he's doing that there. Now, I will say, the backdrop for what Stephen A. Smith and that team has, way better from the perch they're on, just visibility-wise. Like, it looks better with the crowd behind them. It's pretty awkward. Scott Van Pelt's right on the court, but it's post-game, so it's just like Indiana Pacers personnel walking around behind them, not knowing they're in the shot.
But they're going courtside with a player wearing a headset, and they're in the building.
Yeah,
for their post-game coverage. That's what I'm saying. It's a little strange to me. But, it also, like, you're up there. Is this, I guess this is a fan that filmed this? I don't know.
Well, here's
next to the set.
Here's the way I approach this NBA Finals. I don't need to play solitaire through it because I'm not watching it anyways. I'm watching something else every night they play.
Well, that's fair.
I tuned in the last 5 minutes. I did watch the last 5 minutes.
This is the way it should be right here.
Yeah, here's the Van Pelt setup.
Again, the backdrop is what it is, but yeah.
It looks better there.
Well, you're one-on-one. You've got the player there.
I record Van Pelt and watch it a lot because I love him. And I was watching, so Friday night was the last game. Saturday mornings, re-airing of the late Friday night Scott Van Pelt Sports Center. And when it opened, like, this is far better that we're seeing right now with him and Halliburton.
Yeah.
But when it opened, it's just people right behind the set, rummaging around, picking things up, and not knowing he's live.
Like PJ Carlissimo is getting done with his radio broadcast.
Right.
PJ,
it's not even PJ Carlissimo. It's PJ Carlissimo's handler. It's like a woman that's like getting him to the next spot to do an interview or get on the bus to go back to the hotel.
And just final thing. Like,
someone with a headset on.
This is about, you're doing this for the flex of the access. Like, that's why you're there. If you want the access to the players, the star of the game, the one-on-one, we're here, you're not, right? Mm-hmm. You're so far away that you're putting that player on a headset, you could do that from the studio. And you put a green screen up and make it look like you're there. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's just a little strange that they're not down there. But whatever. There's got to be a reason. Because, again, TNT also did it.
Maybe they knew about his solitaire habit, and they didn't want more people seeing him. They didn't want more opportunities for TV cameras to catch him playing solitaire.
And, again, if someone's filming my phone, anyone's phone, and you're only playing solitaire, that is a victory.
Oh, no doubt.
Victory.
Oh, this could have been so bad.
Victory.
Depending on what someone could pick up on that phone via text message or whatever's going on, that I bet Stephen A. Smith is thrilled that all he got caught doing was playing solitaire during an NBA Finals game.
Yeah.
Right?
No doubt. No doubt.
It's also funny that he's always on TV and seemingly kind of always working or doing something or traveling.
He loves it.
That in his downtime, he plays solitaire.
He could have been texting Norby Williamson.
During the game.
Could have been Norby Williamson on there.
Yeah.
The rat.
Get this Pat McAfee fired.
Yeah.
That's what he's sending to Norby.
How did he find out that you were the alleged
Norby
rat?
can't do anything anymore now.
I know.
No longer there.
Just texting with him to give him the gossip, I guess.
Bob Iger. That's who he's texting. The head of all of Disney.
Maybe he's texting McAfee. Hey, what's our plan next? What's our next feud?
Right. Or LeBron.
It's the same thing, yeah.
That'd be great. Hey, what's our work? What's the next work we're going to do? Wrestling style.
Hey,
you hate me, I hate you. How are we going to start it?
If you like the show, we hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe here at the OutKick YouTube channel. And coming up, we discuss another top headline that was deleted, that was not owned up to, much like this photo was by Stephen A. A Father's Day.
Oh, yes.
Father's Day post that was just so stupid.
Just doesn't make any damn
Why?
sense.
That's next.